On the 9th day of December, my true love gave to me a release so great that my wine defied the laws of gravity. They're just gonna keep getting better, guys. You're like, ish. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rhythm and Wine with Karen Aline. This space here that where we meet together is where we explore the beautiful dance discipline of whining and all of its varied expressions with your beautiful self, your body. Today is day 9 of our Come Together series where we are building our daily whining practice. Amen. And today we release, otherwise known as a whine and bend over. I envision it as a release because there's just so much happening in terms of a stretch and just kind of letting go, letting the head hang. So we're going to explore this in all of its positioning today, and then we're just going to keep building on this as we continue. All right, so come, let me go. Let's get started. We're going to jump right in we are going to really like power and warm up, all right, to actually do the release. Like we need to open our hips here, warm up the body, strengthen the legs, do full body stretches. Because as what I've learned in this position is that as I'm whining like so, my hips are now hinged. And so it's actually, I'm asking it to do a rotation in a hinged state. So if I open it up first, feeling better, okay? So actually today we're going to start wide as you like, as wide as you can feel something. As when you squat down, you can feel something in your hips, and that's going to look different for everybody. It could even be here, and that's where you're like, oh yeah. All right, find your stance. Why today I like to angle V my feet a little bit. It helps with my posture and my balance. And let's just do our scan with our stance still and like push off the floor. We're not going to lock the knees. We're going to lift the thighs. We hold the core, tuck the pelvis a little bit, whatever your range is, okay? If you even need it. Another breath comes to the top. Oh, all the way up, all the way up. And relax the shoulders. That might be 3-4 breaths for you. It's okay. It is for me. Maybe even do one more breath if you're like, man, this is the first time I'm like breathing deep all day. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Amen. Okay, let's sink. You're gonna sink a little bit until you feel a nice stretch somewhere here. And if you're not, don't worry, we're gonna rotate or be sliding side to side. Okay, so start with a nice whine. Any pace, any pace. I'm going like mid-tempo. And right away, I feel it in my quads. And I notice that like my knees are starting to splay in. So it's okay. We're just doing another check. Pushing off the ground. There we go. There we go. And I am trying to isolate in here. Switch directions. Big breaths. Bring the chest if you like. Whatever feels good. I hope the mic's not giving any feedback with this movement. I'm working on getting a new one. I'll share that story when it happens, but hopefully for now it's okay. This is borrowed from my friend Natasha. Keep going. Just open up your circle. Yeah, we're warming up the legs. Don't worry. Sorry, reversing your circle. Going. Sorry, I was saying this mic was I borrowed from my friend Natasha. She's super awesome. So I can do this. Okay, now you're like, are you warming up the hips or the quads, my girl? Okay, so shift to one side. Lift off of that foot and just massage in that hip. Press away. If you need to come up, come up. right? It's the hip here that we're working on. Slide to the other side. Massage into that. Massage. Just be careful that you're not, with the knees and the feet. We're not sliding over to your there yonder. We just a little shift to just get the hip going. And if you want to hold your abdomen lower and your lower back and relax the shoulders, just keep sliding, massage the hip a little. Maybe you pick up the pace if you like, or you're happy where you're at. Be so lovely. Okay, maybe we sink a little lower, whatever that lower is for you. Ooh. Lift the heels if you'd like. Hi. You can slide side to side on the heels. This is all about hips. Like, is it? Because the quads are speaking. Building leg strength every day, every day. Anytime you take a break, that's okay. Just take a break into a stance that feels better. That's all. And know that you'll come back to something like this. We are going to be doing this till December 25th. So every day there's an opportunity for you to like play and build. Keep going side to side. Heels lifted or down, halfway lowered or a couple centimeters, doesn't matter. So long as you're working in the hip. Okay. Drop and come up. In this wide stance still, we are going to lower all the way to the ground. We're going to wind and go down. Again, your wind and go down have different ranges, but we're going to be pulsing there just a bit to kind of like warm everything up. Warm up the back, warm up the hips, the legs. And trust me, this helps me in my wind and go down. And when we get there, you'll see why. Trust me, trust me. Like, never. All right, I'm in my wide stance. I'm going to stay in my wide stance because I'm interested in how far and how I get down like this because my hips are actually a little bit more open since we did that hip opening a couple days ago. So we'll see. Okay, if you want to reset and find your stance, push up. Deep breath. Relax the shoulders, maybe just relax the neck. And I encourage you to look at you, look down. Just as you need to, just be pushing off the floor. All right, start with your line. Any direction, you could stay in one direction or you can be playing with both. No? Ampy whiners over here, baby. And slowly go down, slowly go down. Okay, and then we'll meet halfway. Now your heels are lifted here. And then we're gonna go all the way to your floor, whatever that is. And right about here is where I'm getting stuck in my hips, so I'm gonna lean so I can get the full benefits of what I'm actually trying to do. And if your knees coming in or anything's tweaking, we will get there. Don't worry, we will be shaking it. Use the floor, adjust. A massage out the hip if you're down, or wherever your floor is. Massage out the hip. Okay, and now press up, press up, press up. I find when I'm in a wide stance, I don't need to lift my heels as much. Halfway. Okay, press up, press up. We're nice and hot. I'm sweating. All right, I'm gonna like heel toe myself in or walk in a little to where my thighs are touching. I'm still gonna V my feet a bit. Let's do our scan with our stance, pushing off the floor. Big breath. Oh yeah. Couple more. Let's do one more together. Just one more, like Big breath and push. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, hello. Settle in, tuck the pelvis. Okay, and let's just warm up the upper body real quick. Real quick. So breathe into this chest lift. Let the neck relax. Keep going, keep going. Just warm it up. Warm it up. Or like, when are we gonna do it? Trust me. We will. This will help so much in the process. Oh, drop that neck if you need to. Just really roll it. You could play with direction, going smaller, bigger. Just pushing off the floor in that stance, baby. That posture is what's going to help you. Play in here. Play in here. Like we did yesterday with love. Okay. All right. Hope we're feeling a little bit of heat. A little nice and warmed up. That we bend. Okay. Very quickly. What I have learned in this move are several things. Mainly, the first thing that we did, that warm up, is like integral to me sustaining this move several times in a night. So sometimes I just be like whining. Before I do a whine and bend down, I will just be like warming up my body because again, we are whining in a hinged position. So and my back, like supporting my back, my posture, it all helps so that I can just keep doing this all night, baby. Up, down, up, down. All right. And everything we've been working on, the posture, the stance, their strengthening is gonna like come in so handy. Okay, so I'm gonna say be slightly like thighs parted in your stance. Okay, move your feet out a little bit. And we're gonna do our scan, like push up off the floor. Okay, tuck your pelvis a little, hold your core. You're gonna need. I strongly suggest just gently holding your core here and relaxing. And you're gonna slowly hinge. We're going to be doing this several times, okay? So today is just like playtime. And even if you are a serial whiner like me and you like, I do this all the time, I still am so excited right now to explore what my whine and bend over actually feels like. So if there's any like nuances or things, I can just even enjoy the stretch. Okay, so we're going to slightly hinge from here, still pressing off the floor, not locking the knees. Let's just hinge, no whine. Immediately for me, I'm kind of leaning forward. So I want to place the weight evenly on my feet. And I think I'm going to tuck my pelvis just a little more. I may lean forward, push my shoulder blades back slightly. And my lean is literally like I'm looking in a mirror. So I'm just hinging at the waist. Hinging to wherever feels comfortable. A whine and bend over can be this. It could be this. It could be this. It could be here. Ooh, Jezebel. It could be anywhere. Okay? And then slowly come back up. Now let's add a whine. Add a whine. Even if you need to pedal it out, maybe you sink a little bit to get your whine going. Okay? Be curious. Stay curious. Sorry, I'm going to just move Jazzy a bit. No one puts baby in a corner. Never. Okay, get your stance, be whining a little bit. All right. Push off again. Relax the shoulders, tuck the pelvis, hold the core. Okay, keep your whine. It could be very small and sweet or open. Try. Okay, I can't say start smaller because you may be familiar with this move. So whatever whine is feeling very comfortable for you, we want to work in comfort here. Why not? Okay, and then hinge forward, literally like you're looking into a mirror. Hello. And as you hinge, adjust. Adjust your feet, check the knees, you're not locking. And as soon as that rotation in your waist starts to feel not so great on the lower back, or then you need to come up a little. You could be here, you can be here, or your challenge, not challenging, or your mobility is here. But notice where my gaze is. Like in my reflection. Okay, and come up slow, slow. When I come up, I almost like tuck my pelvis and roll. Roll up. Again. Again. Okay, this time we'll hinge at different levels. Yeah, together. Okay, so push off. Adjust anything you need to. Adjust anything you need to. This is release time. Releasing any of those expectations of what this needs to look like, how it needs to feel, because it's time to play. Okay. I say also to myself, let's play. Find your wine. And again, you can sink a little if you need to like really get the rotation going. Maybe you wine it out a little. And I didn't explain the upper body because I'm working in like isolation in here. But you can also be upper body. So come upright with your wine. Right, again, if you're pedaling off the floor, no problem. Slight bend in the knee helps you. We're just not locking them. Okay, and then you're gonna hinge a little bit, and then we'll stop. And we'll wind here and adjust. If bringing the chest and back is helpful, do so. Again, I would really not worry about what this looks like, but more important, just thinking about how it feels, you know? And if you're working in isolation, then maybe the chest, it will still move. We're not holding anything still, but your focus is more on the waist. So the upper body is relaxed, nothing stiff. And you're working in the waist, either or. All right, let's hinge a little more. If you would like, hinge a little more. Don't lock the knees. If you need to bend it, go ahead. To bring the shoulders and back, go ahead. Just keep everything relaxed. Release it, baby. Keep going. Hinge a little more. Okay. You can enjoy anywhere you're at, or you keep hinging. Keep hinging. And maybe you're working to come down here. Sorry, I need to pedal this out. This is where you need to pedal out. Okay. And then come up is slow, slow. Tuck that pelvis forward and roll up. Roll up. Gentle, gentle. One more time. One more time. I'm going to go this way because Jazzy. Oh, sorry. Let's do this again. If you want to adjust your stance and play with like, I want to see what happens when I'm wider. I want to see what happens when my my thighs are touching. Go ahead. I'm going to try thighs touching. Let's see. TBD on results. So, all right, let's do our scan. Push off the floor. Big breath all the way up. Relax, release, release, release. Oh, I'm like already adjusting. Okay, we pushing off the floor. We're not locking the knees. So everything we've been doing with our posture so far is like made for this I didn't leave you hanging. I didn't leave myself hanging. We're gonna whine and go down now, okay? So like, get your wine, sorry, not wine and go down. Wine and bend over. Get your wine. All right. And from wherever that is, maybe you have a slight bend in the knee, or you're more upright, but the knees aren't locked. You're gonna hinge. Just imagine hinging at the waist. And just look into that beautiful mirror at your reflection. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Okay. And wherever you are, hold the core if you can. If you forgot, don't worry. Just enjoy. Okay, keep going if you like. Keep hinging. Play with adding the back gently, though. Gently. Everything's gentle. Adjust your posture as needed. Push off the floor. Don't lock the knees. Keep going. Hinging if you like. Hinging. And then maybe you come to here, or even you're further than I am. And then come up. Roll it up. If you need to pause your wine to do that, go ahead. I'm going to. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. A couple of things I want to point out as you're playing in this. I find balance here the most integral part, because half of me is like this, so it's very easy to tip. And if you're dancing with a partner and you whine and you're whining and bend over and you're tipping forward, as soon as sometimes if your partner is not aware of their balance as well and they come up against you, it's a recipe for like destabilization. Okay, and I've had this happen. It's mainly because I have not been aware of my balance, and then the person is like dancing with me and maybe they like come forward and all of a sudden I'm very tippy. So that's why it's nice to like have your foundation and really be pushing off the floor, like really pushing off the floor as you do this, so that you know where you stand. You know where you are, baby. And if someone comes to you and they're whining, they're not going to throw you off, because you're like, I have a strong foundation right now, so let me go. Okay, one more time, and we'll hinge together. I don't think I swear I started my legs together and I don't think they stayed that way, so I'm going to try again. You can try wider, just so long as you're not cranking anything. If you're feeling in your lower back, just come up gently and play there. We're going to keep working on this, so no stresses. Like, I don't know if anyone's stressing over a wide and bend over, but I did at one point, so so I'm just saying. All right, push off the floor, find your stance, and deep breaths. Relax. Oh, very nice. Find your wine. Maybe even try the opposite direction. No, like, calm down. I'm gonna try the opposite direction in this one. Oh no, you see? Okay, now we hinge. Really push off the floor and don't lock the knees. So if you need to bend a bit more, go ahead. If you find the hips are coming up, nice. If you're bringing in the back, nice. Okay, and then maybe you hinge a bit more. Wherever you are, play in it. Maybe you hinge a bit more. This opposite line is like, look at it, everything's happening right now. Okay, you hinge a bit more. I'm gonna lean a bit further back so I can really push off the floor. Hinge a bit more. If you like. When in my opposite wine, my feet have to do some more of the work. No problem. Okay, wherever we are, deep breaths. I don't know if you're hearing me breathe. Let's come up. Thrust forward and come up. Nice and slow. Support that lower back. Amen. We will do so much more of this. But that is an awesome start. Already I'm feeling like nice and loose, which is helpful. But we'll keep playing with this. And if you are like after this, you put on songs and go off, like moi, that when you can even be using a chair, do with the table. I would just suggest not to put all your pressure on here because we are working on strengthening everything here. It's happening naturally as we whine, which is something I never realized. It's like, oh, when I fed for 4 hours, it's like a workout. And there's people who do like amazing soka size and workout videos with whining because it is that. But just together, we're slowly exploring the sensations of this move, and this move can turn dusky real quick. Okay. Oh, guys, you want to whine and go down? I think you're like we did already. One time, just one time. Find your stance. Let's go. I'm gonna do, let's call it a classic whine. A classic circular. Who knows what happens? I'm actually, as I open my hips and go down at your pace, whatever your middle is, maybe you go down a little bit more today, or maybe not, because you're like, that's not what I'm feeling. Nice. Now I meet you at your floor, and then we're gonna push up. Push up. Maybe you stop halfway, feel that burn. And like I stop halfway and keep rising, keep coming up, keep coming up. Drop the heels. Amen. Release. Release it all. Whew. I am excited for what this week's gonna bring. I'm very excited, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because you know what they say, girl, me want you wine and bend over, down low, put your hand on my shoulder, move your body in closer. Head over to Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook at Rhythm and Wine 44. That's where you'll find me putting this wine and bend over into practice with music. We are going to keep building on this, guys. So, like, if you're new to this and you're like, I got here, so good. So good. Just, we're going to keep playing and building like we have been so far, yeah? Together. Because I'm also like, oh, I'm building more mobility in my hips. And oh, today I was standing and I was checking out and I was at the grocery store and I was literally like, push off the floor, adjust your pelvis. So it's working every day. Every day we're slowly building together. I thank you. Thank you. I will see you tomorrow for day 10.